Cynthia asks, here's the question. Cynthia asks, what do acronyms like AF and WTF mean? And how can I use them? Okay, now this, I think, is a great question. You see them all the time online, these two, WTF and AF. All the time in titles of videos and maybe online chats, comment sections, texts, right? It's used a lot. Both of these are used a lot. Now, the reason that I put these together, well, they're in the question, but the reason they should be together is that they come from the same word. And the word is fuck. Now, you probably know that word. I know that you know that word. I have a whole video about, actually 2 videos, about how to use that word if that's what you want to learn. I think it's good to learn bad words as well. So check out my videos about fuck if you haven't seen those. But these two are acronyms. Acronyms are words that have words inside of them, like ATM, automatic teller machine. AF is what? As fuck. WTF is what? What the fuck? Okay, so that's what these two mean. Now, once we understand what these two mean, do we know how to use them? Not really. It's actually more important than knowing what they mean. Because if you know what something means and you don't know how it's used, you don't really know it. Okay, so we have to talk about how these are used. Let's do that. The best way to do this is look at some examples, right? So let's look at some examples that I've made. Let's do that. Here we go. Now let's start with as fuck. Basically, as fuck means very much. That's all it means. But it's not used grammatically the same way. So here we go. Running is hard as fuck. Alan is smart as fuck. I'm tired as fuck. I was angry as fuck. That cat is crazy as fuck. So if you try to look up the word fuck in the dictionary and say, what does it mean? What does it mean? What does it mean? Don't bother. It's a waste of your time, right? Don't worry about that. Don't worry about what it means because it won't make sense at all. What you should do is just say, okay, it means very much and it's used like this. So that's it. Okay, don't stress out about defining it in the dictionary. Grammatically, it doesn't even make that much sense because usually when we compare two things, we say, as good as me, as, right? But this one, you can see here, it is just is adjective as fuck. Is adjective as fuck. Was adjective as fuck, right? Sometimes are adjective as fuck or were adjective as fuck. So the pattern is the same. Right? Something, whatever it is, running, Alan, I, that cat, whatever it is, then is, are, were, was, then an adjective, hard, smart, tired, angry, crazy, and then as fuck. And all it means is very much that. Pretty straightforward. So if you see crazy AF, now you know what it means. And you will see it if you read a lot of comment sections and you have text messages with your native English speaking friends. When you see, oh my God, that's crazy AF, now you know what it means. Okay? So now what about WTF? What about what the fuck? What about this one? Again, what the fuck should be learned in context. So we have to look at some examples, right? Basically, what the fuck means shock, surprise, sometimes anger. If somebody does something that makes you surprised or angry, you say, what the fuck? Now, that's obviously, fuck is a bad word, so you have to know when to use that and when not to use it, right? But sometimes you can just say by itself, WTF, WTF. Now, it's often written, but sometimes it is spoken as WTF. So you can say what the fuck, the whole thing, or you can say WTF. I don't know what's going on here. So let's look at some examples. Let's see some examples. WTF. What the fuck are you doing here? Now notice this one is connected to a whole sentence. What the fuck are you doing here? Basically, this is, I don't know why you're here. I'm surprised you're here. Okay? I'm not sure WTF happened. I'm not sure what the fuck happened. I'm not sure what the fuck happened. What the fuck are you doing here? I'm not sure what the fuck happened. I'm not sure what the fuck I'm doing here. I don't remember. Or just as an interjection. If we use it by itself. WTF. 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 What the fuck? It's used as an interjection, as a quick comment. And then the thing that we want to say, the thing that makes us angry. Stop texting me. Somebody keeps sending you text messages and you want them to stop. Okay, that's enough. Thank you. I appreciate it. They keep sending you text messages. Please stop. That's enough. They keep sending you text messages. What the fuck? WTF. Stop texting me. At this point, I want to express with sort of strength, passion, how annoyed I am by what's going on here, right? So when we want to express that very strong feeling, especially in text form, we use WTF. It's so common on the internet in English. You'll see it everywhere, for example, on Reddit. If you're not on Reddit, 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 then you should be. Reddit is awesome. It's a good community. It's a good place to find an interest and then find a group of people who share that interest, no matter what it is. If you're interested in stuffed animals, or you're interested in computers, or you're interested in bungee jumping, doesn't matter. You can find a Reddit community about that thing and communicate with people regularly in that community in English. So it's a really great way to have that language environment, even though it's not speaking. In the comments, in the threads, you will see AF and WTF. So hopefully that's clear, guys. If you have any questions about this, let me know. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Again, subscribe. Hit the like button. Why not? It helps. It really helps.